I know a lot of you are annoyed because you're sick of Snow Leopard videos, but I really don't care because I'm iTalkApple. I've received several requests for this video, and I kind of feel like I have to because of my name, iTalkApple. So, if you don't want to watch this video because you've seen too many Snow Leopard videos, go ahead and click out right now. So, this is all about Snow Leopard, everything you could possibly want to know, pretty much. So, I'm going to start from the very beginning with the box. Snow Leopard box comes with, of course, your little pamphlet and your CD. To install, you just stick the CD in the computer, and the first thing that you'll probably notice is that there's pretty much one option. It's really easy to do. You just upgrade. It's not a fresh or clean erase and install, but there is a way to do it, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. After putting your disk into your computer, you'll get this window. Click Install macOS 10. From there, click Utilities. So click Utilities, restart your computer, and once your computer has been restarted, you'll get a new menu at the top, including a Utilities option. Just click Utilities and scroll down to Disk Utility. I'm going to open Disk Utility to show you what it'll look like. And once you're in Disk Utility, make sure you've selected Macintosh HD and the Erase tab, and then click Erase. So that's all you have to do to erase your hard drive. Then just continue on with the installation like you would. Now, keep in mind this will erase everything on your computer. So all the files you've had, including like iLife applications, Snow Leopard won't include those at all. So make sure that you have a full backup using either Time Machine or a program like Carbon Copy Cloner. So you'll always be able to restore everything like it was with Migration Assistant, or individual files if you want to with Time Machine. Once you have Snow Leopard up and running, which you probably do by now anyways if you're watching this video, you probably want to, mess around and see if there's any huge changes. There really aren't huge changes that are visible to the human eye because it's mostly refinements and building on Leopard. Apple wants to make Snow Leopard pretty much their best operating system yet, which in my opinion it is. So first things first, if you do a normal right click on your desktop, you get the plain gray menu like you're used to. But if you right click on an icon in your dock, you get this new interface here. And it's the same interface if you click on a stack, the same background. And it's also very similar to iMovie 09's interface. So that's probably one of the biggest UI enhancements. Stacks have been refined, so first of all, the opening a stack looks a bit different. It's like zooming in. And you can finally view folders within a stack and scroll through them. If you're viewing your stack as a fan, you cannot view a folder, so the only way is if you're in grid view. So the first feature I'm going to go over in Snow Leopard is Expose, which has been, of course, refined. So here's Expose. First of all, everything's lined up very neatly, and I have a minimize window that's also shown in Expose below a small separator. There's also something called Dock Expose, so if you hold down on an icon in the dock, it'll only show windows from that application. And then, of course, you can still access the options like keep in your dock and open at login. Spaces has been refined a bit as well, and when you access Expose within Spaces, if you hover over a window, you can actually press the space bar to view it kind of like Quick Look, as you can see here. And I really like that feature. It makes it easy to, pick what space you want to go to. Also, navigating within Spaces has changed a little bit. So if I use a shortcut for switching between spaces, which for me is Control and then the arrow keys, it'll show a little animation of what space you're moving to. And I've actually been hoping for that feature for a while. The Finder has been completely rewritten for Snow Leopard and Cocoa to take advantage of the new technologies that the operating system uses. But there are a few other enhancements to the Finder that you'll notice, like this slider at the bottom right hand corner when viewing your files in icon view. You can view them all the way up to 512 by 512, which is very useful for previewing movies I don't have any on my system right now, but I'll pretend that my music is a movie. Okay, so pretend this is a movie, and I can make it all the way up to 512 by 512, make the window a little bigger, and click this play button to actually play the movie or song. And it'll show how much of the file has been completed with this little gray bar here. Another application that has seen a lot of changes is QuickTime Player. You'll notice, first of all, the icon is completely different, and you get more options, so you can make a new movie recording, audio recording, or screen recording. I can't show you any of these because ScreenFlow crashes whenever I try to, but the interface is a bit different. It has a black window instead of the standard grayish ones, and of course you get those new features along with trimming videos within QuickTime, and that interface looks just like trimming a clip in the iPhone. And the final application that's seen a bunch of changes is actually Preview. So a while back I made a video called All About Preview where I showed you some other things you can do with Preview. And I'm going to open a picture in Preview. Now this annotate option has changed a bit. If I click this, it brings up a toolbar at the bottom. So this is completely different than before. You can add arrows, circles, and rectangles. And you can also change the thickness of the line and the color. You can add text, change the font of that text, and of course the size and the color of that text. In System Preferences, a few new features have been added. So if I go to the dock preference pane, you can minimize windows into the application icon. So if I have some Safari windows open and I minimize them, you'll notice I'm minimizing into the application icon instead of into the right side of the dock. A very useful feature is under the language and text preference pane. So if you click on text, I have TextEdit open here, and by default, writing parentheses, and then keep typing, we'll change that to the copyright symbol. But you can add other things. For example, for a test, I added OMG to change to oh my god. So, OMG space changes to oh my god. If I type that in lowercase, OMG, it'll do it in lowercase. So just click the plus button, and we can add something like bye spelled wrong, and change it to bye. So now if I type bye, it'll automatically correct it to BYE. This is useful if you're one of those people who texts a lot, and then when you go onto the computer, you're typing in like chat speak, I guess you'd call it, but you're trying to write like an essay. So who knows, it could be useful for some of you people. And while I'm in TextEdit, it has some auto-correcting features. So if I type TEH instead of the, it changes it to THE, so it spells it correctly. If this bugs you and you meant to type TEH, you can always turn that feature off in the preferences for TextEdit. It does the same thing with like from, as you can see there. Another feature added in TextEdit is transformation. So if I'm typing iTalk Apple makes good videos, well, why thank you iTalk Apple, and I say highlight that and right click, I can go to transformations and make uppercase, make lowercase, and capitalize. So if I click capitalize, it capitalizes the first letter of each word. If I click make uppercase, of course everything's uppercase. So that's another small feature that they've added that a lot of people probably have not noticed. Before I end the video, I want to mention one more feature. It's in the trash. And so if you decide, hey, I don't want this to be in the trash anymore, you can actually put it back to wherever you got it from. So right click, click put back, and now it's back on my desktop. If you had taken this from your documents folder, it would be put back in your documents folder. And that's a good feature for a lot of people who change their minds often. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry if your subscription box is filled with snow leopard videos. I know what it's like. I had over 20 of them in mine. Snow leopard has been iTalk approved.